live at Joan Joyce Field at FAU Softball Stadium on FAU Owl Radio. I am Maddox Greenberg. The 2-0 Florida Atlantic Owls take on the 1-1 Clemson Tigers in their first of two games this evening in the Paradise Classic. The Owls are coming off of a great first season in the American Athletic Conference, winning 41 out of 16 games and winning the regular season title. However, their season came to an unfortunate end as they lost in the Gainesville Regional. The Tigers are also coming off of a great season in the ACC. They won 35-16 and made it to the semifinals of the ACC championship game to Duke. Then they fell in the Tuscaloosa Regionals. This is the first time both schools will be playing each other. The Owls will be led by four-year head coach Jordan Clark, and the Tigers will be led by six-year head coach John Rittman. Players to look out for the Owls are shortstop Kylie Chanel, who opened the first game of the season with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. And for the Tigers, it will be right fielder Linda, who had 2 runs. We'll be moments away from the first pitch here on FAU Owl Radio. You're listening to FAU Owl Radio. I am Maddox Greenberg. Back here on FAU Owl Radio, Maddox Greenberg. The Owls are about to start. We're moments away from the Owls playing against the Clemson Tigers. The Owls will be wearing their red uniforms, Clemson wearing their orange. For the starting lineup for Clemson, it'll be third baseman Brown, then center fielder Brockenberg, then it'll be then first baseman Noller, then left fielder Johnson, designated player Cintron, then shortstop Collins, then catcher Vieira, then right fielder Wilson, then second baseman Pipkins, and then finally the pitcher Basinger will be the pitcher for this evening. For the Owls, it will be for starting off the second baseman Johns, then the third baseman Mora, then the center fielder Hammonds, then shortstop Chanel, then right fielder Gibson, then catcher Yeats, then designated player Shelton, then first baseman Ching, then left fielder Four, and then pitching for this evening will be Martinez. Martinez winding up here at the top of the first, and almost a bunt by Brown, and it'll be ruled a strike. 0 for 1 here, beginning of the top of the first inning. Brown winds up again. Bunt by Brown. Brown runs first base and easily gets it. Runner on first for the Tigers. Now at batting left is Brockenborough. Martinez for the Owls winds up a low pitch. That'll be a ball. Martinez winds up again just outside. 2-0. Martinez swings, pitches again. Low pitch, 3-0. Martinez again with his pitch. And walks Brockenborough. Now at bat number 12, Julia Nowler. Noller. Martinez winds up, swings and misses. Actually, no, they're not going to rule it out a strike. They'll be running out a ball. Martinez, a swing and the miss by Noller. Martinez, the high pitch, outside, 2-1. Martinez again with the winds up. So strong swing and the miss. 2 for 2 is the count. Martinez winds up. High pitch, swing and the miss. First out of this game. Now at bat, Kylie Johnson for Clemson from Wesley Chapel, Florida. Winds up by Martinez, low pitch. Slow pitch, swing and the miss, 1 for 1. Martinez winds up, swing and the miss to the right-handed batter and strikes up 1 for 2. 1 for 2 count. Martinez winds up. High pitch behind the bat. Behind the batter's box and into the crowd. Remains 1-2. Martinez, low pitch, bunt into the foul line, near the foul line, and second out for the Owls. Macy Cintron for Clemson at bat, the right-handed batter. Martinez with the windup. Down the middle. Strike one. Martinez with another windup. And down the middle. Cintron does not swing her bat. He ruled a ball. The crowd not too pleased with that. Only one hit so far in this game. Martinez with another windup, and this huge swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Martinez with another windup, and another string and a miss, and 3 outs, and we're heading to the bottom of the first. Strong response from the Owls after an early hit by Clemson, and we'll take a little break before we get to the bottom of the first here on FAU Owl Radio. We're back here at the top of the bottom of the first inning on FAU Owl Radio. Maddox, Greenberg here. Destiny Johns for the Owls, and a hit behind home plate over on the left side. Johns. Doesn't hit. Oh, 1 count. Sorry, 1-for-1 count now. We rule the ball. Johns has the top of the bat and behind home plate. We ruled another strike. We rule a foul ball, 1-for-2. And Johns, the ball again behind home plate. Johns stays at bat. Reese Bassinger pitching for Clemson. Johns has a high and immediately caught by Clemson. Caught by Clemson's number 7, Kylie Johnson, who was already previously at bat. The first out for Clemson. Josiana Mora for Florida Atlantic now at bat. Bassinger winds up and a high pitch. We roll a strike. behind home. Passenger hits far behind home plate. Ruled one. The count is 1-1. Passenger will wind up, low pitch, 2-1. Passenger again with the wind up and the far out pitch, 2-2 count. Passenger again with the wind up and the far pitch. We're running out ball, 3-2. High pitch by Mora into the left center field. Caught by Brockenborough for Tigers. 2 outs.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 9,
Hammonds for the Owls. At bat, left-handed batter. 0-1 count. Another pitch by Passenger. 1-1 count. Rule the ball. Winded by Passenger. 2-1 count. Hit by Mora, but outside the foul line to be ruled a foul. 2-2 count. Striked out. Tigers 0 for 3. Owls went 0 for 3. And that'll be the end of the first inning. We'll be back here. The start at the top of the second here on FAU Owl Radio. Back here on the FAU Owl Radio tie. Game's still scoreless here. As Jay Martinez for the Owls pitching. On top of the second. Going up against. Swing and a miss by number 5, Marion Collins, the 5'11" freshman for Clemson. Martinez with a windup and a hit high behind the batter's box on the left corner. 0-2 count. Heyman to the windup, low pitch. 1 for 2. 1-2 count. Heyman to the windup, a swing and a miss by Collins. First out for the Owls here in the top of the second. Heading to bat, number 4, Abby Vieira.
Now batting, the catcher, number 4, Abby Vieira.
Martinez with a windup and a high pitch. Ball 1. Martinez with a windup, a low pitch right near the feet of Vieira. 2-0 count. Martinez with a windup and hit high behind home plate, out of the field, out of the stadium. 2-1 count. 2-0 count, 1 out, no runners on bases. Game tied. Game is scoreless. Martinez with a windup, low pitch. At the feet of Vieira, be a 3-1 count. Martinez and the swing and the miss by Vieira, 3-2 count. At the full count here. Hit by, Vieira was walked.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Now,
number 17, Ava Wilson.
right fielder Ava Wilson for Clemson. Winded by Martinez, swing and the miss by Wilson. 0-1 count. Martinez with a windup. Swing and the miss by Wilson, 0 for 2. The windup. And Wilson hits a high behind. One play over to the right side of the stand, left side of the stand. Still remains 0-2 count. It's high over to the right side on the outfield and out of the foul line. Remains 0-2 count. Martinez with a windup. Another hit behind home plate 3 straight fouls. 3 straight foul balls from Wilson. Count remains 0-2 with 1 out, no run, one runner on first. That'll be Vieira, who was walked. Martinez will wind up. High pitch. Wilson doesn't swing. 1-2 is the count. Martinez will wind up again. Another foul ball from the tip of the bat behind home plate. Wind up from Martinez, hit by Wilson down to the center field, down to the short, down between both second and third base, and then immediately out to Vieira. Wilson's now at the first. Now at bat Taylor Pipkins, 5'6" freshman, at bat for Clemson. Hit high, hit the ball, and flies over to the left outfield, to the left foul line. Oh, 1 count, 2 outs. Martinez for the windup. Down the middle. 0-2 count. Martinez down the middle again. 1-2 count, roll the ball. Swing and the miss by Pipkins. And that'll be the end of the top of the second inning. We'll be back here on FAU Owl Radio for when we'll be at the bottom of the second. Back here on FAU Owl Radio. Remains scoreless here at the bottom of the second inning. And Kylie Chanel, the shortstop for FAU at bat. Hits high down the center field. And that will be a home run. A way to open up this game. solo home run for Chanel. She had 2 runs to start in the beginning of the season against Ole Miss, and she continues to find her groove here at the bottom of the second in their third game of the season. And the Owls are on the board, 1-0. Now Sierra Gibson for the Owls at bat. Messenger with the windup, down the middle, just outside 1-0. Another wind-up and a hit by Gibson, and was able to get to the first base. 2 hits for the Owls, 1 for Clemson. Runner on first. Now at bat is Chloe Yeats, the catcher for Florida Atlantic. Passenger for Clemson with the windup. Outside, 1-0. Another windup. Head high behind home plate. And right at the back, right in front of the catcher of the press box in the stands, 1-1 count. Another windup. Yeats doesn't swing. 2-1 count. High pitch almost hits Yeats. 3-1 count. Passenger, who already has 1 strikeout, gave up a 1 home run, having a rough early going here. Hit high behind home plate, over to the right side. 3-2 count, full count. And now Vieira and Basinger talking at the top, middle of the mound. Vieira back behind home plate. Passenger and Gibson hits a foul along the left side. Remains full count, 3-2. Runner on first, no outs. Here at the bottom of the second, Kylie Chanel kicked things off with a booming home run, solo home run, deep down the center field. Passenger and Gibson again. So not Gibson, Yeats again hits behind home plate over to the right side. Again, remains 3-2 count. Low pitch, low swing. However, the umpire has ruled that this is still a foul ball. 3-2 remains the count. Owls hitting percentage right now is 40% compared to Clemson's 14%. Hit by Gibson down between the shortstop and third baseman to the left field as it rolls, and now 2 runners on first and second. And coming to stepping at bat is Kylie Shelton, the designated player. Shelton with the windup. Bryson with the windup, and Shelton doesn't hit. 1-0. And Clemson takes a timeout. Their pitcher is struggling, giving up, only having 4 strikes, but only giving up 1 home run, and having 2 runners on second and first base. The pitcher also gave up also walked 2 players. With the 1-0 count, Bassinger winds up. Swing and a miss by Shelton. Bassinger with the windup again. Hit by Shelton down to the shortstop. He goes and throws it to Noller, and Pipkins to Noller. But both runners advance, so 2 runners in scoring position for the Owls. And up at bat is Emily Ching. With the first pitch just down the middle. Ching doesn't swing. 0-1. With another windup. Swing and a miss by Ching. 0-2 count. Another windup and another swing and miss with the top of the bat. However, they'll be ruling that a foul ball. Count is remains 0-2. Swing and a miss by Ching. 2 outs. That is the left fielder Bella Foran. This is the bottom of the lineup for the Owls. Foran steps forward and steps forward in the ball 1-0 count. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, 1 at the second, 1 at the third base. Foran doesn't swing. 1-1. Foran hits it over to the right field, and Gibson extends the Owls' lead 2-0. Two runs for the Owls, 4 hits compared to Clemson's 1. With Destiny Johns back to the top of the lineup for the Owls. Destiny Johns back at bat. Hits high behind the left corner out of the stadium. And then Sullivan immediately having words with Johns, trying to give some encouraging words. 0-1 count. Bassinger pitching 1.2 innings. With the windup again, hit high and out of the field of play, out of the foul line, out of the park. 0-2 count. Bassinger with the windup. Hits high for the tip of the ball. Bat from John. And to be the final out as Collins threw, as Collins threw to Noller. And that'll be the end of the second inning. We'll be back here on the FAU Owl Radio. We get to the top of the third inning here on Owl Radio. Back here on FAU Owl Radio, Maddox, Greenberg here. The Owls are up 2-0 over Clemson. Clemson back at bat here at the top of the third inning as Clemson goes up back to the top of their lineup and be Alex Brown and a 1-0 count. Jaden Martinez for the Owls pitching. And Brown was going for a bunt, but doesn't. 2-0 count. Martinez with a windup. And be a strike, 2-1. Martinez with a windup. Bunt by Brown. Brown runs down and easily gets to the first base. About 5 Owls were there trying to get to the ball. Now with a runner on first, at bat, the center fielder, Jamison Rockenbrough, 5A junior. Rockenbrough tries to go for the bunt, but low pitch, 1-0 count. Brockenbrough, top of the bat. And first out from Mora to Chanel and get the runner out. Brockenbrough saves, and Brockenbrough goes for the steal. And Sullivan wants to have words with her player. Is pretty unexpected though, as Julia Noller was getting introduced at bat. All of a sudden, Brockenbrough just went to the races and ran to second base, and no Owls were prepared for that. So Coach Clark having some words with her players. This is the first time these two schools are playing each other, as the Owls host the Paradise Classic here in Boca Raton on the campus of FAU. Martinez will wind up, and now Noller hits it over, out of play over to the left side, and almost caught by, I believe it was Hammonds. Sorry, not Hammonds, it was Chanel. It'll be a 1-1 count with one out, one runner in scoring position at the second base. Owls have 4 hits. Clemson has 2. Owls are up 2-0 over the Tigers. And now again a foul hit out high outside over to the left side out of the field of play. 1-2 count. Martinez and swing and the miss by Nowler. 2 outs for the Owls. And up to bat now is Kylie Johnson, her second appearance at bat. The 5'8" sophomore. Martinez with a pitch down the middle, 0-1 count. And now Martinez keeping her eye on Brockenbrough, who was directly behind her at second, on the second base. And Martinez with a windup. Just outside, 1-1 count. Martinez with a windup, hit high directly and back at the right corner behind home plate. 1-2 count. Martinez with a windup, hit high behind home plate. Over to the left corner on right behind the visitors dugout. Martinez with a windup down the middle. They ruled out a strike. And the Owls prevent the Tigers from scoring any points. And we'll enter the bottom of the third. Back here on the FAU Owl Radio, Maddox, Greenberg here. 2-0 the Owls are over the Tigers here in the Paradise Classic in the Owls' third game of the season.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning for FAU.
Owls here in the bottom of the third. Owls are at bat. And Josiana Mora at bat and strike one. Passenger down the middle. Just outside 1-1 count. Passenger with a windup down the middle. Just outside 2-1 count. Hit down the middle to the center field. Mora gets to first. And for the second straight inning, an Owls that won the bases. Now at center field, Kylie Hammonds at bat, 5'2" redshirt sophomore. Swing and the miss by Hammonds. Oh, 1 count. Passenger. Rose and Mora runs to second, so steals second base. Remains 0-1 count. Hammonds 2-1 count. Down the middle. 3-1 count just outside again. Continuing on this rough night for Bassinger, who already walked 2 batters and struck out, however, did strike out 6 batters. Just out, pitch was just outside. This will be a full count, 3-2. And Hammonds hits it again, right to center field, and Mora able to get her hand at home plate as the ball was thrown to the catcher for Clemson, Vieira, but Mora was able to get her hand and stay safe. 3-0 count for the Owls. Now it looks like there will be a substitution here. Sorry, won't be a substitution. There should be a new pitcher for Clemson. It's number number 2, Brooke McCubbin. The right-handed pitcher, senior for Clemson, warming up. And while she's warming up, we'll take a little break here for FAU Owl Radio. Here on FAU Owl Radio, and Kylie Chanel back at bat. Already hit a solo home run to kick off the scoring run for the Owls. At the bottom of the second inning, Chanel back at bat and hit directly behind home plate. 0-1 count with new pitcher Brooke McCubbin for Clemson from Locust Grove, Georgia. And Bassinger taken out of the game. Almost swing and a miss, by almost a strike by. Actually, be really in a strike against Chanel. 0-2 count. 6 hits for the Owls compared to the 2 for Clemson. 3-0 count. 3-0 is a score. Runner on second. 1-2 count. Runner is Kylie Hammonds, who, with her double, got Jessian Mora to home plate and hit out to the left outfield beyond the foul line. Remains 1-2 count. Just outside, 2-2 count. And swing and a miss by Chanel. First out here at the bottom of the third. Sierra Gibson for FAU now at bat. And already a ball. McCubbins down the middle. Outside 2-0. Owls up 3-0 with Hammonds at second. And a fireball hit from Gibson goes directly behind home plate at the left corner. 2-1 count, 1 out. Cubbins. And Gibson gets tagged with that short hit. And Hammonds progresses to third. 2 outs. And now catcher Chloe Yates. McCubbins with the pitch. 1-0 count. And Yates hits over to the shortstop and be an out. It'll be the end of the third inning. We'll be back here at the top of the fourth soon here on FAU Owl Radio. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio. Maddox, Greenberg, the Owls are up 3-0 over the Tigers. And Macy Cintron for Clemson be back here at the top of the fourth, with Martinez having a great game so far. 6 strikeouts, only allowing 2 hits and no runs. As first pitch goes just outside 1-0. Macy Cintron, 5'11" freshman, who is the designated player. And Martinez, and Cintron has it to shortstop to where Chanel throws it over to Shing at first, and the first out. Here at the top of the fourth, Owls playing great defense, keeping the momentum going, trying to push for a 3-0 start to kick off the 2025 season. And Clemson's looking to not start the season below 500. Right now at 1-1. And Martinez with a low pitch. And Gustin just grazed Marion Collins, and so the umpire allowed her to call it a walk, call a hit by pitch. Not what you want to hear when you are, not something you want to have when you are someone like Martinez. But Abby Vieira, the catcher for Clemson, now at bat, left-handed batter. The windup outside 1-0 count. The windup by Martinez, and Vieira hits it, and almost 2 outs, but Ching wasn't able to keep her hand on the ball. The ball hit to the second baseman, Johns, then threw it to Chanel, who was able to tag out the runner. But still a runner at first, which is Vieira. And Ava Wilson at bat, batting 8th on the batting order, and hit high behind. Home plate down the left side and out of the stadium. 0-1 count. 2 outs. Owls up 3-0. Vieira, the catcher for Clemson, at first. Owls playing strong defense. Outside pitch by Martinez, 1-1 count. The wind up high pitch, 2-1 count. The windup right behind home plate. Two count, 2 outs. Runner Vieira still at first for Clemson. Top of the fourth, Owls are up 3-0. Low pitch by Martinez and a swing and a miss. Then a tag. The umpire rules it in and out. And the Owls are able to strike out the Clemson Tigers. They again prevent a run. We'll be back here on FAU Owl Radio for the bottom of the 4th inning here on FAU Owl Radio. Back here on the FAU Owl Radio. The Owls up 3-0 over Clemson, and at bat for FAU is Shelton, whose first hit is a first with a hitting from over to the left field. And now runner on first. 7 runs for FAU, 2 for Clemson. Now at bat is Emily Ching, the first baseman. And low swing, however, was able to hit, but tagged out, first out with Shelton able to get to the second. Bella Foran, third at bat. McCubbins with the swing, with the pitch, 1-0 count. McCubbins with the pitch. Outside, 2-0 count. And their windup and strike, 2-1. Their windup and forehand. It's a high behind home plate and into the stands. Two count. And McCubbins hits another ball, throws another ball, 3-2 full count. And the hit behind, and that goes over Clemson's bench, Clemson's dugout. Remains 3-2 full count. And Foran, it's a high, and Johnson for Clemson just barely got her hand on it. However, it'd be ruled a double, and Foran and Shelton both progress to scoring positions. And now Destiny John's back to the top of the lineup for the 4th time. And the second baseman for the Owls at bat. The low pitch by McCubbins. 2 runners, both in scoring positions. 1-0 count. McCubbins with the pitch and swing and a miss by Johns. 1-2 count. Sorry, 1-1 count. And Johns hits it, and out of the hands of the second baseman. And 2 runs for the Owls, extend their lead to 5. And Pipkins, the second baseman, ball went through her hands. She was looking up, didn't know where the ball went. Didn't realize it was behind her. And while that was happening, both Foran and Shelton were able to get to the home. And meanwhile, Johns at first as Mora is back at bat with 5-0. The Owls leading. Down the middle by McCubbins, 0-1 count. Sorry, to be just outside to be 1-0 count. And hit high by Mora, but immediately caught by Pipkins. Be 2 outs. And now center fielder Kylie Hammonds for FAU, the left-handed batter. Cubbins pitch down the middle. 0-1 count. First strike. 2 outs, runner on first. Out. FAU is up 5-0. And 1-1 count, as that last one was a ball. Cummins with the pitch. And out of the hands again by both Pipkins and by Collins. And both runners advance as Hammonds and Johns. Hammonds and Johns both at first and second. Chanel, who already hit that one home run, the solo home run, the only home run in this game, from down the center field, is getting ready to be at bat, is on deck. Speaking with her coach, Coach Jordan Clark, in her 4th year here. Head coach John Rittman for Clemson, and in his 6th year, having words with his infielders. Now walks off, probably deciding, if not, maybe getting rid of McCubbins. I'm hoping.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2, Kylie Chanel.
Kylie Chanel now out bat, but 2 outs, 2 runners, 1 in scoring position. Low pitch, 0-1, ruled as a strike. Fans not happy with that. Chanel, and Collins can get a hand on it, and Johns gets to home plate, and Vieira trying to throw to third base, trying to get the third out. However, Brown could get her hand on it, and Clemson having difficulty having the control of the ball as FAU is soaring 6-0.
Right fielder, number 24, Sierra Gibson.
And Sierra Gibson for FAU, the right fielder, 5'5" sophomore. At bat, hit high over the left side, out of the park. 0-1 count. McCubbins, the pitch. Rule of strike, 0-2 count. Another windup, and Gibson hits it, and that'll be ruled the 3rd and final out. And that'll be the end of the 4th inning. We'll be back here shortly as the top of the 5th inning begins, since Clemson's looking to try to get on the board here on FAU Owl Radio. Back here on FAU Owl Radio, Maddox, Greenberg here. The Owls are up 6-0 over Clemson. And we're at the top of the 5th as Clemson's looking to get onto the board. And Taylor Pipkins, the second baseman, having a rough night defensively, is at bat for Clemson, the right-handed batter. As the left-handed pitcher, Martinez, winds up for the Owls. And high over to the center field. That's going to be caught by FAU. Alex Brown for Clemson, back to the top of the lineup. At bat, the left-handed batter. And low pitch. 1-0. Clemson hitting 14%. 2 for 14. Outside 2-0 count. Clemson's been walked twice. And been struck out 7 times. Martinez for the Owls with the pitch. Outside 3-0 count. We're starting off like a strong night for Martinez. Could be dwindling down. With the windup, high pitch, and walked is Alex Brown, the 5'7" senior. Now at bat is the junior Jamison Brockenborough, who has stolen base earlier in the game. Brockenborough right between the legs of Martinez, but Chanel was able to throw it to Ching. And Brockenborough, however, has been ruled safe. Sorry, not to Ching. He's up a throw actually to Bella Semino, who is now replacing Ching. And Clark was been just at the mound speaking to her players. Julia Noller with her third at bat. High pit with a strike down the middle. The first strike. Martinez with a windup. High pitch, 1-1 count. 2 runners in scoring positions. Well, 2 runners, 1 at first, 1 at second. That would be Brown and Brockenborough. For the windup. And swing and miss. 1-2 count. Both runners advance. Noller still at first. So the bat hits high over to the left center and caught. And almost a double. Hits the head of Brockenbrough, but has been ruled out. So it'll be 2 outs, but Clemson finally gets on the board. Foran for FAU with a catch and threw it to catcher Yates. We actually ruled double runs. So Clemson not only gets on the board, but cuts their deficit to 4. Owls still lead 6-2. Clemson with 3 errors compared to FAU's 1. And Kylie Johnson for Clemson, right-handed batter, with a bunt, but been ruled foul ball. So Johnson returns to the mount to the plate. 0-1. The windup by Martinez hits high behind home plate over the right side. 0-2. Swing and a miss by Johnson. And Martinez retires Johnson and ends the top of the 5th inning. We'll be back here on FAU Owl Radio. Back here on FAU Owl Radio, FAU is up 6-2. Clemson able to get 2 runs in the top of the 5th. They're here in the bottom of the 5th. And McCubbins, the first pitch. And a strike. Chloe Yeats at bat for FAU, the right-handed batter. Hits and immediately to the second baseman, Pipkins. Throws to Noller, and the first out. Now at bat for FAU is Shelton, who's a designated player for FAU. The high pitch over to the right side, out of the field of play, out of the park. 0-1 count. hits Yates, and Yates advances to the first base, and
Now batting, the first baseman, number 12, Bella Semino.
now Bella Semino for FAU, who replaces Ching at first base. At bat, the right-hand batter, down the middle, just outside 1-0. And hit behind home plate in the foul, 1-1 count. It's over to the right field, and Yates and Shelton both advance to first and second. Hand to bat is Bella Foran. So it'd be Semino and Shelton both advancing. 1 out. Owls up 6-2. Here at the bottom of the 5th. 9 hits by FAU, 3 by Clemson, 3 errors by Clemson, 1 error by FAU, and a pinch runner. At second base be the pinch runner, Abby Oda, and Foran. It's the foul. And Foran returns to the home plate. 0-1 is the count. Foran to Johnson. However, Lipkins didn't get in time to tag the runner for FAU, and however is ruled 2 outs. And Destiny Johns again back to the top of the lineup for FAU. It's high over to the right field. That is going to be here and out of there. Actually, no, that'll be caught. Somehow miraculously caught by Ava Wilson. An incredible snag, incredible rob of what would have been the second home run in this game, and that ends the 5th inning. We'll be back here on FAU Owl Radio as the Owls up 6-2. We'll be here at the top of the 6th on FAU Owl Radio. Back here on the FAU Owl Radio, Maddox, Greenberg, and here at the top of the 6th inning, the Owls are up 6-2. And Clemson able to finally stop FAU's scoring run for the first time since the bottom of the 1st. And Martinez pitching, hits behind home plate with the batter for Clemson being Citron. Martinez Left-handed pitcher for FAU. Been pitching 5 innings. And 0-2 is the count. Martinez winds up. Swing and the miss by Cintron. First out. This is the first game of 2 the Owls will be playing. Delayed by over an hour due to a previous game earlier in the day. And so this game was originally supposed to start at 6, started at around 7:40. And Martinez Collins swings and a miss, 0-2 count. Martinez winds up, hits high over to the left corner, out of the stands. Ruled a foul, 0-2 remains the count. The windup, low pitch. Going to be ruled a ball, 1-2 is the count. Actually, apologies, it's a foul, but he still stays, the count stays 0-2. The windup, high, hits into the left field. Chanel is able to get the ball. However, Collins gets to the first for Clemson. Now at bat is Abby Vieira, the catcher for Clemson. Batting left. Left-handed pitcher going against a left-handed batter. The windup, swing and the miss. 0-1 is the count. With the windup, swing and the miss. 0-2. The windup, and down in between. Be a ground ball going past Chanel and the second baseman Johns. And they're both runners for Clemson advance. We now runner on second and a runner on first. Collins at second, Vieira at first. Ava Wilson for Clemson will be at bat. However, they'll be making a batting change, I believe. Sorry, not batting change, a pitching change. I believe the pitching coach is speaking with Martinez, but then in a separate huddle is Clark speaking with her infielders. Actually, no pitching change. Just talking to Martinez. 5.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 error, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. Never had and faced 25 batters. So Martinez having a strong night. And Wilson, Wilson for Clemson, the 8th in the batting order. At bat. And error, ball goes behind home plate and both runners advance now to scoring positions. The windup hit high, behind home plate, into the stands, over to the left side. Oh, 2 is the count. Ava Wilson still at bat. Martinez with the windup. And Wilson with the strike. Was swinging the misses, however, she was able to run to first. And Semino for FAU, the first baseman, who replaces Emily Ching, able to tag her out. So 2 outs. FAU still leading 6 runs to 2 over Clemson. Another substitution. And the pinch hitter, Riley Vanell, the right-handed batter. And hit by pitch. Not something you want to be going, something you don't want to have as Martinez. And right now will be, for the first time in this game, it is bases loaded. First by either team. Alex Brown for Clemson back at bat. So tonight has 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk. And that'll be a pinch runner coming in. That'll be 1. One. Kennedy Ariel. And another pinch runner coming in, this time to the pinch hitter. And Taylor Lipkins now returns to the field. This time replacing her pinch hitter. With bases loaded, directly behind home plate, Brown. 0-1 is the count. Martinez with the pitch. Down the middle, strike. 0-2 is the count. High pitch, 1-2 is the count. 2 out, bases loaded, Owls up 6-2. However, Clemson's looking to tie the game with Alex Brown the ball. So with the foul, 1-2 remains the count. Last year, Brown had 4 home runs, and Brown hits, but be a foul out. We have foul. Remains 1-2. 4 home runs. And 61 hits. One, two, the count, bases loaded. Owls up 6-2. 9 hits for the Owls, 4 for Clemson. Alex Brown, the 5'7" senior, at bat. The left-handed batter going against the left-handed pitcher. The windup hits, and Chanel is able to get it. Throws 2. Throws to Johns. And ruled out. Owls able to prevent. Owls were able to prevent from tying the game. They're able to prevent a grand slam, and the team has a huddle afterwards. We'll be back here on the FAU Owl Radio as we're here, as we'll be at the bottom of the 6th. Back here on the FAU Owl Radio, Maddox, Greenberg, the Owls up 6-2, able to prevent a grand slam, and now they're at the offense as Mora is at bat for the Owls. Macy Cintron for Clemson. Macy Cintron, who was at the 5 spot for the lineup, switched and now as the pitcher. She was a designated player entering today. Now she's the pitcher. She pitches, the right-handed pitcher. Oh, 1 count. Another pitch. And Mora to Lipkin. Throws over to Noller. 1 out. Center fielder Hammonds. 0-1 is the count. Hammond. It's a out of the foul left side. 0-2. The pitch. Outside. 1-2. The windup. Out of the hands of the catcher, but with a low pitch. Stays 1-2 as the count. Three errors for Clemson, 2 for FAU. The windup for Cintron. Down the middle. 2-2 count. The full count, actually. For the windup. It's high over to the left center. And not out of the ballpark. Johnson catches it for Clemson. Second out. Would have been, again, this second ever home run. Second home run for today. Speaking of home run, Chanel with the lone home run that kicked things off in the bottom of the second inning for FAU. For the windup, down the middle. For the windup, swing and the miss. 1-1 count. On the pitch high over to the right field. Caught or the fly out to Pipkins. That will end things here in the 6th inning. We'll be entering the 7th and final inning shortly here on FAU Owl Radio. Back here on FAU Owl Radio, I'm Maddox Greenberg. The Owls are up 6-2 here in the 7th and final inning of the game. This is the 5th out of 6 games today. And their first ever game against Clemson, and is looking pretty solid for FAU, pretty optimistic as Ainsley Lambert, the senior pitcher, takes the reins and alleviates Martinez's night, which actually ends Martinez's night, and starts night off with a ball, 1-0 count. At bat for Clemson is Jamison Brockenbrough, who has stolen base this evening. High pitch, 2-0. 2 balls, no strike. The windup. 3-0 count. Lambert, right-handed pitcher, and Brockenbrough, the left-handed batter. The windup down the middle. Ruled a strike. 3-1. Owls are 3 outs away from going 3-0 on the season. Hits high, over, out on the right side out of the field of play. 3-2 full count. Lambert with a pitch and strikes out Brockenbrough. First out, first out of 3. Now at bat for Clemson is Noller, the first baseman. With a windup down the middle. 1-0 count. The windup for Lambert. Hits Noller in on the leg, on the left leg. Sorry, right leg. Muscles her way over to the first base. And Noller, letting the Clemson fans know she's all right. Good showing for Clemson fans here in Boca Raton. And Rittman takes out Noller. And now for Clemson, number 11, Lightside. We're going to be the pinch runner for Noller, and Kylie Johnson, the left fielder, at bat. Pitch down the middle. 0-1 is the count. Down the middle, swing and a miss. 0-2. The windup for Lambert. 1-2 is the count. Wind up. Swing miss, hit behind home plate. 1-2, the count remains. Lambert outside, 2-2. Lambert with the windup. Outside again, 3-2, full count. Bases empty, 1 out, 3-2 full count. Owls up 6-2. 3 out, 2 more outs away from being 3-0 to start the season off before they play against Georgia State right after. The windup, it's high. That'd be a foul ball out of the left side. It's the top of the Clemson dugout. 3-2 count remains. The windup, it's high over to the right side and out of the field of play. 3-2 count still remains. That'd be a foul ball. Johnson struck out twice, no hits, no runs, RBI, no RBIs. And high, that'll be behind the stadium, behind, over my head. And still another foul ball. Count remains 3-2. And strikeout. 2 strikeouts. And now coming to bat, Macy Cintron. Cintron, who entered the game as designated player, who is now the pitcher, pitched the last inning for Clemson. Now at bat. Down the middle, on deck for Clemson is Marion Collins. Lambert with the windup. Low pitch. 1-1. Clemson. Second game they played today. First game, actually their only game they played today. Tomorrow they play against Georgia State, and then finally against Missouri State on Sunday. Two, 1 count. The one up for Lambert. Outside, 3-1 count. For the windup. Outside. And walks. Cintron Both runners advance. Cintron and white sides. Both with the runner, first runner at second. Jordan Clark goes to the mound and talk to her team. As Collins for Clemson arrives to the plate. One more out for FAU, and they get their third win of the season. Left-handed, right-handed pitcher versus the left-handed batter. Down the middle. 0-1. White sides. The pinch runner at second. And Cintron, the pitcher, at first. So 2 runners on base. 0-1 is the count. 2 outs. 1 more out for FAU. They will win. 1-1. Wind up, it's high, over to the right field, and caught by Abiola. And Clemson goes to 1-2 in the season, while FAU advances to 3-0 to start their season. They win 6-2, 9 hits compared to Clemson's 4 hits. And with the help from Kylie Chanel, who kicked things off with a solo home run, the only home run in this game. FAU wins it, and the next game will be against Georgia State. We'll be offering you that coverage as well. So stick around here on Owl Radio's YouTube, as that broadcast will soon be starting here on FAU Owl Radio. I am Maddox Greenberg.